I feel way better right now than I did yesterday. I think it's the weather, though. I legitimately think it is. It gotta be. It gotta be.
With the third pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Sam Darnold, quarterback, USC.
Yeah, I think, whatever the coaches want me to do, whether they want me to sit, whether they want me to play, I'm going to start my role. That's what I've been doing my whole life, and I'm not going to do anything different.
Jets a little while ago, and he said that Sam Darnold was very engaging, very intelligent, and you could see he was a hell of a competitor. He would fit right in with what the Jets want to do. He said when they moved up from number 6 to number 3 and invested 3 second-round picks to do so, they were looking for a guy who could change this franchise, and Sam Darnold would do it, Jay.
Adam Gase, you just came over from the Miami Dolphins. What damn culture did you build? I'm wondering. I'm not sold. So I look at all of those different things, and it gives me cause to pause.
The Jets season is thrown for a loop. Starting quarterback Sam Darnold has mono. He'll miss Monday night's game against the Cleveland Browns and maybe more.
Mono. The Jets have ruled Darnold out of Monday night's game against the Browns. In fact, he is out indefinitely and will likely not even be healthy enough to return until October, after the team's bye week.
Yeah, finally get to wear a white jersey out there and be part of the team. It's been good, being able to finally be back officially and get some practices under my belt.
They're big targets, big catch radius, sub 4.4 speed on the outside. They can get down the field. Darnold worked on the offseason with Jordan Palmer on his long ball accuracy and also his accuracy on the move, moving to his right.
When he down blocks, he just takes everybody with him, and he's moving pretty good.
Oh, my word. Somebody that large running that fast. Hold on a second. Did we just watch somebody who's 364 pounds, the heaviest individual at the 2020 Scouting Combine? Did we just see him run 5.11?
The New York Jets pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Jets select Denzel Mims, wide receiver, Baylor.
The Baylor Bear is finally off the board. Denzel Mims is going to be the new target for Sam Darnold to throw to. Remember, they lost Robbie Anderson, their big play wide receiver, in free agency.
All right. Third year in the league. Tom Brady out of the division. We need to see if Darnold can bring this team to the playoffs.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome to the New York Jets franchise here on the channel. A fresh rebuild and a fresh start. I am very excited to get into this series. This roster is just very, very interesting, and honestly, from offense to defense, every position pretty much has question marks. Maybe running back doesn't, though. The star of this team is going to be Le'Veon Bell. I think that the Jets started to find something towards the end of the season and how to use Le'Veon Bell better. We're going to use him the right way. Now, he is a number 11 ranked running back. He is under contract for 3 more years. He is star development. How is he not superstar development, or at least superstar X factor? I mean, this is one of the best running backs in the NFL, and sitting here at 87 speed, good trucking, good break tackle. He should be pretty shifty. Change of direction is now at 92. I like that new rating. I like that we can see, how people cut on a dime, even on defense. I like that rating. But Le'Veon Bell, 87 overall, is our best rated player. Now let's go position by position, starting at quarterback. Madden was not nice to Sam Darnold, to say the least. He is a 73 overall, and honestly, I think this is a bit low. But we had to do what we had to do. He's the number 27th ranked quarterback in the NFL right now. He has good throw power at 88. The accuracy is all there. I'm not sure why he is rated this low. I'm not really sure what's dictating that. It looks like he should be better than a 73. his accuracy is all good to me. And honestly, we're going to have time to develop him still in his 3rd year. And honestly, this is going to be fun playing with Sam Darnold. I just want to compare him to other quarterbacks around the NFL just so that you guys can see where and what he's kind of matched up against as far as overall. Like guys like Kyler Murray and Joe Burrow are at 77. Even Josh Allen and Jared Goff are up there. And then just look at the quarterbacks around him. I mean, you're looking at Dalton, Trubisky, Daniel Jones, Tua, and then Sam Darnold and Fitzpatrick. I mean, that's the kind of company that he's in right now at quarterback. Now, backup quarterback is always an important position because you never know when your quarterback could get hurt. Now, Joe Flacco is the backup right now, but honestly, I'm thinking about cutting him, and it's not because I don't like Joe Flacco. It's because he's just kind of one-dimensional, a typical statue quarterback, and he's 35. He's kind of older, so I might let him play out this year, but I don't like him as the backup. I do like quarterback James Morgan, who they did draft this past draft, and he's a rookie out of FIU. He has good throw power, very good actually, 90 throw power. He has decent speed at 74, so he can move when he needs to, but he's going to need some development. His accuracy definitely is not there. So we'll be in search for probably a backup quarterback long term, and James Morgan right now is that guy. David Fales is also on the roster. Now, running back, I highlighted Le'Veon Bell already, but how about the signing of Frank Gore at 37 years old? This guy is a tank. I mean, he's still going. I'm definitely going to be using him probably in power situations. He doesn't have that elite speed, but we'll see how he does. I'm not really sure how I'll use him. But that third down back, I think it's just going to be Le'Veon Bell right now. I do have Josh Adams, Trenton Cannon, but I like LaMichael Pirine. Now, he was drafted by the Jets this season, and he comes in at 66 overall. Only normal development, that kind of scares me a little bit, and his speed isn't elite at all. Doesn't have anything that really separates him from other running backs. His carrying is very good though, so maybe if we need a situation where we have to hold on to the ball, maybe he'll be in the game in those types of situations. Now, receiver is interesting. We can go a lot of different ways at receiver here. Jamison Crowder is the highest rated guy at 80 overall. He will be in the slot, and hopefully he will be a guy that can lead our team in catches, because honestly, like, the slot guys are the guys that really do make a difference here in Madden. If you have a good slot, you should have a decent offense. Now, Quincy Enunwa, he is a decent receiver, but he is out for the season already, so we will not be having him here in this first season. So that means we will have to rely on Rashod Perryman coming over from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, he is actually a very good receiver to me. I think that he was just a slow starter in his career, and now he's kind of coming into his own. I like what he can do, and honestly, his route running needs some work. His deep route is his best route, but he has good spectacular catch, so maybe if we had those 50-50 balls, maybe that's him. He is 6'2", too, so he's got some decent size in his mid-20s, so he's still got some development left. We do have Josh Bellamy, but he's hurt. Let's see how long he is hurt for. Oh, he's out for the season as well, so we will be without Bellamy. Doxson is on our roster. I like him. He's decent, but I'm not married to him. Now, Braxton Berrios is going to be there, but the guy I'm most excited for is Denzel Mims. He will be a starter right away. He's going to be on the outside, and he is normal development, so we'll be trying to get that development trait up. He has excellent speed. He has excellent size, decent catching, good spectacular catch, and that catch in traffic is pretty good to start with. I like that a lot. His change of direction is only 78. Hopefully we can upgrade that. But I like what I have out of Denzel Mims here. He's a good rookie and a guy that honestly we can see throughout the duration of this series being on the roster. Now, tight end is a position I favor quite a bit and a position that I really, really value. Now, Christopher Herndon is going to be the starter at tight end. He is athletic, still young. I'm hoping I can develop him a little bit, but I always need two tight ends because you just need backups. You know, in Madden, there are injuries, so you need to, kind of account for that. Good speed, good catching. I like what I see out of him right now. Maybe his blocking could be a little better, but he's only 72 overall. Ryan Griffin is his backup. He's a decent backup, not a great backup, but looking at him, he's 30 years old. So I'm going to be looking to kind of get some younger guys on this team that we can develop. We don't really have a whole lot of guys that are of good development traits that are young right now. But then that switches when we look at offensive line, where we go to Makai Becht, and he was really the wonder of the 2020 Combine. And honestly, the Jets had a steal when they drafted him. He is amazing. I mean, honestly, this guy is going to be really good. His pass blocking is pretty low right now. I'm actually pretty surprised to see that, but he is the number 24 ranked left tackle. So hopefully with that hidden dev, if we find out what that development trait is and we develop him a little more, he could be up in the high 70s come season 1, end of season 1. You never know. The rest of our offensive line needs work though. Alex Lewis is our left guard. He's a 28-year-old, 72 overall player. Connor McGovern, he's pretty decent. He played with the Broncos, but he's just a decent center, and that's pretty much it. Right guard, Brian Winters. He's the best rated offensive lineman right now, but he is about to be 30 years old, and looking at him, he is pretty good, 11th in the league. Really good at blocking all around. He is honestly a very good offensive lineman. And let's just look at his contract really quick to see what his how long we have him, and it's only for this year. So I mean, this is gonna be a position that we might need to either re-sign him or go after somebody in free agency or the draft. Right tackle is definitely a weakness as well. George Fant is one of the weakest right tackles in the league right now. We do have I don't know, Chuma Edoga, is that how you say his name? He is young, 23 years old, and honestly, you never know. I mean, he could take over for George Fant, but his pass blocking, run blocking, not that good. So we don't really know what's going to happen at that tackle position. That may be a position of need. Now, defensive end. So we have some pretty good defensive ends, to be honest. And I'm looking at Henry Anderson. He is actually probably right in the middle of the league. Oh, so he's number 25 left end in the league, which isn't great. It isn't bad either. I think that 76 overall for an end can also improve. He's not a young guy either. He's 29, so we're not going to have too much wiggle room for upgrading him. Maybe getting his dev trade up after a scenario pops up. We'll have to see, but he is close to an upgrade right now, only 2,000 XP away. Nathan Shepard will also compete with him. Now, I like Nathan Shepard. He's 26 years old, and that's a big reason why, because he's in the middle of his 20s. Decent block shedding, decent strength, and his pursuit isn't bad as well. But the guy that I'm really looking forward to developing is Jabari Zuniga. Now, he is a draftee of the Jets in this past draft. He is a rookie. I believe he was drafted in the 4th round, if I'm not mistaken. 4th round or 3rd round, I'm not really sure. I think it was 3rd round, actually. Yes, it was a 2nd pick in the 3rd round. Now, he is pretty good. He's got good speed. Now, in the game, when you load this game up, he's listed as a left outside linebacker, but he's really an end, so I moved him over. I'm going to put him at left end. Now, we all know who's the star of this defensive line, and it's Quintin Williams, and it's not even close. He's only 22. He's star development. I'm hoping that I can get that up to maybe even a superstar X factor by the time, season 1 or 2 even rolls around. We'll have to see, but I am looking forward to playing with Quintin Williams. Hopefully, he will make a huge impact. He'll need to do it. But the captain on this defensive line is veteran Steve McLendon. Now, we're going to need to get another defensive tackle. He is the only one listed on this roster, and he's really good. I mean, to be honest, he's really good. I hope he doesn't regress a whole lot. I will probably try to re-sign him just to have that veteran presence, and I want to look at his contract really quick. Obviously, not a guy you're going to build around because of his age, but he is a veteran on this squad, only 1-year contract. So we might have a lot of veterans on 1-year contracts here in season 1. I have no idea what we're going to do at left outside linebacker. I mean, all these guys are pretty much within a couple of overall. Frankie Louvu, Lange. I'm going to learn how to say all these guys' names. Sorry if I'm botching them. I'm not really a Jets fan. I need to get to know the Jets a little more, but some of these guys, I have no idea who they are. And then Kyle Phillips is a 23-year-old. So it looks like Louvu is, I hope I'm saying that right. He's 23 years old, so we will have some time to develop him. Now, he is in his 3rd year, too. So, I mean, he was young coming into the NFL. And looking at him, let's see. I mean, he has decent pursuit, decent tackling. It's something we can work with. So let's move over to middle linebacker. Now, one of the best players on our team is CJ Mosley. But if you're a Jets fan, you know that he opted out of this season due to COVID, so we will not play him in season 1. Now, that will actually hurt us quite a bit because he is a number 7 ranked middle linebacker in the league, and I'm going to be realistic with this. I'm not going to play him if he is not playing in the season in real life. So he will not be the starter. Avery Williamson, who is pretty much a starter, will take over at that number 1 middle linebacker position, but it's not a big drop-off. I mean, number 8 middle linebacker. So honestly, if I see Williamson ball out this year, he is 28 years old, so he's still got some years in his prime. If I see him ball out and I see like a need for maybe another position that I can use CJ Mosley for trade, I won't do it during the season, but I will do it in the off season. And just to make it fair, I will have him actually sit out the rest of the season. Now, we do have some younger linebackers here. Onwuasor, is that how you say it? Onwuasor, I know I'm saying that wrong, but he is 28 years old. Blake Cashman, I know, though. He's a pretty good young developing linebacker. I don't really know what my plan is with him, but the thing is, he's got 89 speed. So he is going to be a guy that maybe even we use her a little bit. And I like to only use her one guy. I don't know if I'm going to do the linebacker this year. It kind of makes the game a little easier. I don't switch off. I let players make plays, and I stick to one guy the entire play. Now, Jordan Jenkins, I really like. I loved him out of Georgia. He's a good outside linebacker. He's going to be our starter for this year and probably years to come. I'm looking forward to developing him. He's a number 21 outside linebacker. He's a pretty good player. I really like what he can do. Basham is backing him up. We won't look at the rest. Jordan Willis is one of those guys. Now, I think that Madden was really, really generous to the Jets for cornerbacks because I feel like these ratings are really, really high. They have one of the weakest secondaries in the NFL, to be honest. Pierre Desir is their top cornerback. He is 29 years old. Let's just see what he's rated. Okay, so he's the number 38 ranked cornerback. So that means that, he's not, if you put him on every single NFL team, he's not even the best cornerback. And just looking at him, I guess now it makes sense, but just looking at his coverage, 76 man, 80 zone, nothing to be, excited about. His overall is higher, but his ratings don't say that. And then Brian Poole is going to be opposite of him, kind of the same player. I mean, they're pretty much the same player. And how old is Brian Poole actually? 27. So he's got some years younger on Desir here. So we'll definitely need to kind of get younger and get better here. Now, Bless Austin is a guy I actually really like. He's going to probably be the nickel corner, but if I really do need him on the outside, and how I run my franchises is that I go off of production. I don't go off overall. So if you're a low overall guy and you're just balling out better than a guy that's higher than you, you're going to start. You're going to get the playing time. That's how I'm going to run it. Quintin Williams is also a younger cornerback as well, and he's in his 4th season, and he's been a guy that maybe had higher hopes, and it maybe isn't a bust, but maybe is a bust right now. Hopefully he can revitalize his career here in this series. Now, I do like Bryce Hall as well. He is a rookie out of Virginia. He was drafted in the 5th round by the Jets. Now, I like him because he is honestly a very good cover corner, but the ratings don't say that. Now, his ratings are a little lower. We will have to develop him a little bit if he wants to succeed with us, but he's a 5th round pick, so we're not really married to him. Now, the best player, in my opinion, on this defense is Marcus Maye. He is 27 years old, one of the best safeties, and he's still young in the league. Right? He's ranked number 16, but I think that's a little low. I think he should be a little higher, but his zone coverage is good. He can cover a little bit in man. He's a decent tackler at 77. We could even use him at strong safety. Who knows? But I like him. He's a very good player. And the reason why I say we might use him at strong safety is because the Jets did draft Ashton Davis, who is a free safety on this game, and he's a good speed guy. His zone needs some work, and so does his tackling. So I will need to develop him. I'll get him in playing time wise, just putting him into the rotation. He won't be the starter right now, but maybe down the road he could be. Now, in that Jamal Adams trade, the Jets did acquire a couple of draft picks, 2 first rounds, and Bradley McDougald. Now, Bradley McDougald is 29 years old. I'm pretty sure that he's on an expiring contract right now. Let's just check that out. But if he isn't, okay, yep, so he is an expiring contract. So a lot of these, veterans that we have on this squad definitely have those expiring contracts. So honestly, we're going to have a lot of building, and that's why I liked picking the Jets here, because a lot of expiring deals and a lot of guys that we can develop. Now, I want to just highlight that Braden Mann was the best punter in the draft. He was drafted in the 6th round, and he is hidden dev. I don't think I've ever seen a hidden dev punter before. Even I don't even know if I've seen like a superstar dev punter at all. I mean, Braden Mann looks like he's going to be a pretty good player for us. I mean, he could be an impact guy, but punters aren't really that impactful. You can make punters better than what they are, but I mean, it's not gonna, hurt at all seeing him at a hidden dev, and he's a rookie, 22 years old. So another reason why this is going to be a ton of fun is because the Jets have a bunch of draft picks in these first 2 years. Remember, they have 2 first rounds from Seattle. So this year and next draft, we will have 2 first round picks. That is just incredible. And we have an additional third, an additional 5th. So this is going to be interesting. I mean, we have a lot of room to grow with this team and draft and basically build through the draft. And how I'm going to do the draft is that I will have custom draft classes from my Rivercats series and my Whitetails series. So season 1's draft will be the season 4 of the Whitetails and season 4 of the Rivercats. That is the original walk-ons on both of those series. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my channel and check out those series. Both really great series. The Rivercats is still going on. So you will see guys that honestly play in the NCAA and then move over in the Rivercats series. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So you'll see guys like Phoenix Frazier in this first draft class. You'll see Adam Miller there as well. And then also guys like Adrian West, Andre Booker, guys like that. So let's get into some preseason action. And I will only have a couple of games here, not full games either. I just want to get a good feel for the game itself. This is actually the first time I'm playing in game. And also, I just want to see what some players are good at. I want to test some players out. I am at 72 players on the roster right now, so I'm going to need to cut 19 guys. So it's going to be interesting. I need to figure out who's going to go on the practice squad, who's going to be on the active roster, all that good stuff. So this is really a tryout period, and just to see, I don't know too much about the Jets. I'm not going to act like I'm an expert because I'm definitely not. So I definitely want to see what these guys can do. Now, as far as gameplay goes, if you're new to my channel, I typically play on the hardest difficulty, so I will play on all Madden simulation as well. And also I'll play with injuries on, superstar abilities on, and then also how I run on defense is that I do not switch. So I stick to one guy the entire play. That allows ratings to play as true to as they can, because if I'm switching off and being a good user, that just shows my user skills. It doesn't really show the player skills, doesn't bring it out. Also, it's not as fun because you can just be good. I mean, you just be really good and just win all the time. You want kind of a process when rebuilding these teams. So let's just check out our offense. And I am excited to play with Sam Darnold. He seems like a good quarterback. Honestly, I feel like he's rated a little low, but I guess he has to earn it. So here on a second down, here's a throw to left side, and that's a man who I am excited for, Denzel Mims. I'm hoping that he can really make plays in this series. I'm going to feed him the rock and give him every opportunity, and I want to see what he can do. So one thing I'm noticing early on, and I can talk about gameplay impressions right now in the preseason as well, you know, Madden 21 plays a lot like Madden 20, but I see some like subtle differences that make the game just a little bit better. Definitely throwing out of a sack is one of the biggest additions that I love, because you don't always get stuck in a throwing animation and then take a sack. Sometimes you get rid of it. Sometimes it's a great throw. Sometimes it's a really bad throw. And the CPU also does it, so they don't take as many bad sacks by getting stuck in throwing animations. Sometimes they get rid of it. So let's see what our defense is about. Here's Saquon Barkley, who is the only superstar X factor on both teams. He picks up a gain of 8 on that one as he gets close to the 30-yard line. So now 2nd and 2, Daniel Jones with 4 wide out there. And we send the pressure and get to him, and it's going to be Jarvis Jenkins, who's going to need to be a very good pass rusher for us. We'll see what these edge rushers can do for us, because I don't really know if they're good at all. And that's what this preseason's for, I guess. So Daniel Jones, 39, gets rid of it. Henry Anderson got to him, and he finds Evan Ingram knocked out of his hands. It looks like Maye was there, and he gets to the pass. And it's going to be it looks like a field goal for the New York Giants. So back on an offense, here's a throw to the right side right away. It's Le'Veon Bell who's got it out of the backfield. I'm definitely going to use him quite a bit in the passing game because I know how good of a pass catcher he is. He picks up a first down. So from the 42, another handoff. Le'Veon showing some shiftiness, picking up another first down. 2 back-to-back first downs for him. So close to the 50 now. Here's another handoff. Le'Veon, big time hole, and he makes a move and does get pushed forward. Another gain of 10. Dexter Lawrence is hurt on that play. So from the 37, 2nd and inches, another big hole. Le'Veon finds some room, gets upfield, and gets tripped up at about the 22-yard line, but a first down. So 1st and 10 now. 3 wide receivers to the left side. Darnold back in the shotgun. He's got Bell next to him, fakes it. Looks like the Giants are sending a blitz, but an open man, and he's going to find him. Touchdown, Rashod Perryman. Nice throw by Darnold, the great touch, and he threw it right where the defender could not get there. I want to take another look at that pass. That was right on the money as Darnold throws his first touchdown pass of preseason, and it goes to Perryman. I don't know what kind of expectations I have for Perryman, to be honest, because he's a guy that I really, really like on the roster, but I'm not married to him. I want to see what he can do. Maybe he will earn another contract. He's on a 1-year deal. So here we are back on defense. Golden Tate getting open and pushed out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Big time game for him. So here is Jones now, still in the second quarter. He's going to move to left side, buying some time, but it runs out. It's going to be Luvu on the sack. And that is going to be his first sack of the game as they move back to the 28. As we eventually do get them to settle for 3. And now let's see what James Morgan has at quarterback. He's going to check in to end the second quarter as we hand off this time to Perine. And that actually was not Daniel Jones in on that last play. I believe that was Colt McCoy. So now from the 11-yard line, here is James Morgan under center this time from the 11. 2 minutes left. Let's see what he can do. 3rd and 6. He dumps it off short. LaMichael Perine puts on a move and does fight for the first down. Morgan isn't gonna really be that accurate, so I have to be careful with his throws. He has the big arm, but I do have to be careful. So here's a throw across the middle on a 1st and goal, and it's picked off Jabril Peppers. And we're still getting used to this game. I know you guys are gonna be mad at that throw, but I'm still getting used to it. I want to see what I can get away with, and that's kind of what I did right there. I want to see if I can fit it into different lanes. I want to see how the defense reacts, how the CPU reacts to certain throws. And we end up throwing an interception on that one and end up losing that game. James Morgan does throw 2 interceptions in that one, but Darnold looks good on his first couple of drives. I was impressed by him. Le'Veon Bell looked really good running the football. And I am playing on default Madden, all Madden sliders, so nothing changed there. I'm probably going to make some changes, especially when Matt 10 comes out with his sliders officially. I'm definitely going to change them there because I am seeing some things that, do bother me. Like, I find it entirely too easy to run the ball right now in that game. I did not show everything, but Le'Veon Bell pretty much did what he wanted, and that should not be the case because the Jets do not have the best offensive line in this game at all. So I want to have a challenge in this series, and obviously the gameplay is going to have to play close to real life. I want bad players to play bad, good players to play good. And here we are versus Detroit, who's a better passing team than the Giants are. Daniel Jones is an up-and-coming quarterback, but Matt Stafford is elite as it is. So here's a throw across the middle. This time it's TJ Hockenson who's got it wide open that time. Matt Stafford finds him 3 for 3 to start this game. So from the 21-yard line this time, Hockenson with 3 wide receivers out there. Stafford throws to an open man. It's Marvin Jones, and he walks in. Touchdown. I like what I saw in that drive from the Lions. That was pretty good offense, and it was tough to stop. The Lions have a pretty good passing offense, especially with Matt Stafford. I mean, you're going to be good either way. Let's see if they can get back to the playoffs. So here we are on offense. Just a throw to the right side, and it's Chris Herndon laying out in traffic. Great catch on that one. I was surprised. I wanted to see if we can complete that pass. So 3 wide receivers out there to the left side. Darnold from the shotgun. He's going to test one deep, and he's got Denzel Mims, a perfect throw. Touchdown. Denzel's in for the 51-yard touchdown catch. What a throw by Darnold. And this is one of maybe the things that I didn't see in Madden 20 too much. I couldn't really go deep like this, and that was an absolute dime by Darnold. And Denzel Mims already showing out as a rookie here in the preseason. Hopefully it can carry over to the regular season. So here is Stafford now back onto the field under center. He's going to move to the right side, and he gets sacked. I have no idea what he was doing on that play, and that may be something that's broken in the game right now. I thought that play was fixed at some point in Madden where the CPU quarterback just starts dropping back for no reason. It looks like that was the case on that play. So here's a throw deep on a 3rd and 18, and it's going to be broken up. Nice play in traffic that time. I believe that was Blessed Austin. Is now a yard back on offense here to end the first half. Throw to left side, and that's what I'm talking about. Throwing out of a sack like that while getting hit, that was definitely not in last Madden. You would have took a sack on that play. Instead, it's a good throw to the sideline. So 3rd and 9, throw to the right side, and it's caught in traffic again. Denzel Mims. Maybe this team is just really good at catching in traffic. I don't know if it's the game or what, but we're looking good. Our receivers and Chris Herndon, as we go right back to him, he's open. He beats actually Justin Coleman in coverage for almost a first down. So under a minute left here in the first half. Let's see what Darnold can do. Can he score one more time? Here's a throw to left side. He gets hit on the throw, and it's picked off. See, that's what I like. I want to test out what we can do, and that's what I like in Madden this year is sometimes getting hit while throwing will still be an accurate throw. Sometimes it won't, like that one. That was a completely missed throw. As we actually go on to lose this game, it's just preseason, so I just want to see what guys can do and what players can achieve, and we end up losing that one and come away with an injury in preseason. Alex Lewis, our starting left guard, is hurt for 5 weeks. So this is actually in week 2 of the preseason. So he'll probably miss maybe 1 or 2 weeks in the regular season. We'll have to see. Now our schedule is kind of tough, to be honest. You know, we play the 49ers early, the Colts, the Broncos, Cardinals, Chargers, Bills. I mean, every single team we're playing, maybe with the exception of the Patriots and Dolphins, are true elite teams, like right away, like the first 9 weeks. We play a slew of teams that could be in the playoffs. I mean, those are all playoff caliber teams. So this is going to be a very tough season 1, to be honest. And honestly, the schedule is going to make this rebuild tough. And remember, we're missing CJ Mosley because he opted out of the season, and we're still getting used to this game. I'm just wondering, you know, how we're going to do. This is going to be a fun rebuild, to be honest. So make sure you hit subscribe and hit that like button if you're new. You're going to have a lot of this content with Madden, with the Jets franchise. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, so I'm excited. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I've been working hard for a minute. The ones who don't deserve it seem to be the ones that get it. The ones who speak the truth never get the recognition, but the ones that act foolish seem to get all the attention. It don't matter though, yeah, and it don't even matter though, nope.